The Mouse Who Went to the Country. Once upon a Sunday there was a city mouse who went to visit a country mouse. He hid away on a train the country mouse had told him to take, only to find that on Sunday it did not stop in Beddington. Hence the city mouse could not get off at Beddington and catch a bus for Sibbert's Junction, where he was supposed to be met by the country mouse. The city mouse, in fact, was carried on to Middleburg, where he waited 3 hours for a train to take him back. When he got back to Beddington, he found that the last bus for Sibbert's Junction had just left. So he ran and he ran and he ran, and he finally caught the bus and crept aboard, only to find that it was not the bus for Sibbert's Junction at all, but it was going to the opposite direction through Pell's Hollow and Grum to a place called Wimberby. When the bus finally stopped, the city mouse got out into a heavy rain and found that there were no more buses that night going anywhere. "To the hell with it," said the city mouse, and he walked back to the city. Moral: stay where you are. You're sitting pretty. The Little Girl and the Wolf. One afternoon, a big wolf waited in a dark forest for a little girl to come along carrying a basket of food to her grandmother. Finally, a little girl did not come along, and she was carrying a basket of food. She did come along and was carrying a basket of food. "Are you carrying that basket to your grandmother?" asked the wolf. The little girl said yes, she said. So the wolf asked her where her grandmother lived, and the little girl told him, and he disappeared into the wood. When the little girl opened the door for her grandmother's house and saw that there was somebody in the bed with a nightcap and nightgown on, she had approached to no nearer than 20 feet from the bed, where she saw that it was not her grandmother but the wolf. For even in a nightcap, a wolf does not look any more like a grandmother than a Metro Goldwyn lion looks like Calvin Coolidge. So the little girl took an automatic out of her basket and shot the wolf dead. Moral: it is not so easy to fool little girls nowadays as it used to be. Okay. The Two Turkeys. Once upon a time, there were 2 turkeys, an old turkey and a young turkey. The old turkey had been cock of the walk for many years, and the young turkey wanted to take his place. "I'll knock that old buzzard cold one of these days," the young turkey told his friends. "Sure you will, Joe, sure you will," his friends said, for Joe was treating them to some corn he had found. Then the friends went and told the old turkey what the young turkey had said. "Why, I'll have his gizzard," said the old turkey, setting out some corn for his visitors. "Sure you will, Doc, sure you will," said the visitors. One day, the young turkey walked over to where the old turkey was telling tales of his prowess in battle. "I'll bat your teeth into your crop," said the young turkey. "You and who else?" said the old turkey. So they began to circle around each other, sparring for an opening. Just then the farmer who owned the turkey swept up the young one and carried him off and wrung his neck. Moral: youth will be served, frequently stuffed with chestnuts. Whatever that. I was kind of rooting for the young turkey, honestly. The Tiger Who Understood People. Once upon a time, there was a tiger who escaped from the zoo in the United States and made his way back to the jungle. During his captivity, the tiger had learned a great deal about how men do things, and he thought he would apply their methods to life in the jungle. The first day he was home, he met a leopard, and he said, "There's no use in you and me hunting for food. We'll make the other animals bring it to us." "How will we do that?" asked the leopard. "Easy," said the tiger. You and I will tell everybody that we are going to put on a fight, and that every animal will have to bring a freshly killed boar in order to get in and see the fight. Then we will just spar around and not hurt each other. Later, you can say you broke a bone in your paw during the second round, and I will say I broke a bone in my paw during the first round. Then we will announce a return engagement, and they'll have to bring us more wild boars. I don't think this will work, said the leopard. Oh yes it will, said the tiger. You just go around saying that you can't help winning because I am a big palooka, and I will go around saying I can't lose because you are a big palooka, and everybody will want to come and see the fight. So the leopard went around telling everybody that he couldn't help winning because the tiger was a big palooka, and the tiger went around telling everybody he couldn't lose because the leopard was a big palooka. The night of the fight came, and the tiger and the leopard were very hungry because they hadn't gone out and done any hunting at all. They wanted to get the fight over as soon as possible and eat some of the freshly killed wild boars, which all the animals would bring to the fight. But when the hour of the combat came, none of the animals at all showed up. The way I looked at it, a fox had told them, is this: if the leopard can't help winning, and the tiger can't lose, it will be a draw, and a draw is a very dull thing to watch, particularly when fought by fighters who are both big palookas. The animals all saw the logic of this and stayed away from the arena. When it got to be midnight and it was obvious that none of the animals would appear, and that there wouldn't be any wild boar meat to devour, the tiger and the leopard fell upon each other in a rage. They were both injured so badly, and they were both so worn out by hunger, that a couple of wild boars who came wandering along attacked them and killed them easily. Moral: if you live as humans do, it will be the end of you. The Fairly Intelligent Fly. A large spider in an old house built a beautiful web in which to catch flies. Every time a fly landed on the web and was entangled in it, the spider devoured him, so that when another fly came along, he would think the web was a safe and quiet place in which to rest. One day, a fairly intelligent fly buzzed around above the web so long without lighting that the spider appeared and said, "Come on down." But the fly was too clever for him and said, I never light where I don't see other flies, and I don't see any flies in your house." So he flew away until he came to a place where there was a great many other flies. Excuse me. He was about to settle down among them when he buzzed up and said, "Hold it, stupid. That's fly paper. All those flies are trapped." "Don't be silly," said the fly. "They're dancing." So we settled down and became stuck on the fly paper with all the other flies. Moral: there is no safety in numbers or in anything else. The Lion Who Wanted to Zoom. There was a lion who coveted an eagle's wings, so he sent a message to the eagle asking him to call. And when the eagle came to the lion's den, the lion said, "I will trade you my mane for your wings." "Keep talking, brother," said the eagle. "Without my wings, I could no longer fly." "So what?" said the lion. "I can't fly now, but that doesn't keep me from being king of beasts. I became king of beasts on account of my magnificent mane." "All right," said the eagle, "but give me your mane first." "Just approach a little nearer," said the lion, "so that I can hand it to you." The eagle came closer, and the lion clapped a huge paw on him, pinning him to the ground. "Come across with those wings," he snarled. So the lion took the eagle's wings, but kept his own mane. The eagle was very despondent for a while, and then he had an idea. "I bet you can't fly off the top of that great rock yonder," said the eagle. "Who, me?" said the lion. and he walked to the top of the rock and took off. His weight was too great for the eagle's wings to support, and besides, he did not know how to fly, never having tried it before. So he crashed at the foot of the rock and burst into flames. The eagle hastily climbed down to him and regained the wings and took off the lion's mane, which he put about his own neck and shoulders. Flying back to the rocky nest where he lived with his mate, he decided to have some fun with her. So, covered with the lion's mane, he poked his head into the nest and in deep, awful voice said, "Haroo!" His mate, who was very nervous anyway, grabbed a pistol from the bureau drawer and shot him dead, thinking he was a lion. Never allow a nervous female to have access to a pistol, no matter what you're wearing, is the moral of that one. That'll do it for tonight. Sleep well.